everyone. We are going to do some more phonics today, and I know it looks a little bit like I'm in the dark today. We'll try and sort the lighting out tomorrow. I'm not sure what's happening. So we are going to look at another grapheme today that makes two different sounds. So what does this say? Okay, fantastic. All my group said it says I, and you're right, it does. Sometimes say I. We have learnt another way to pronounce this grapheme. What is the other sound that the I and the E make together? What's the other sound that it makes? Does anybody in my group know? Hamish. Ooh, this is one. Yes, Emily? No, we've just said the I sound. It does make the I sound. One more guess, Pippa? No. Okay, we have not learnt this sound very long ago, so you might not have seen it very much. It also makes the E sound. So it makes the I sound and the E sound. I and E. Okay, so sometimes it will say the I sound, and that tends to be in short words. It makes the I sound. My dad is eating apple pie and wearing a tie. So pie and tie, it makes the I sound. Sometimes tends to be in the middle of words, and in longer words it makes the E sound. And you need to know when you're reading that it sometimes makes the I sound and sometimes makes the E sound, because you might sound out a word and think, that's not a word, it's a nonsense word. But if you try I and it sounds like a nonsense word, then try E instead and it might make a little bit more sense. So let's have a look at some words. So remember, we'll try I first, and if it doesn't sound like a word, then we'll try E afterwards, okay? So here is our first word. Let's sound it out together. B-e-l-i-v. Believe. Is believe a word? Let's try the E sound then. B-e-l-eve. Believe. Believe. I believe that phonics is quite tricky today. Believe. So it makes the E sound in this word. Believe. Believe. Okay, let's try another one. We're going to try the I sound first, and if that doesn't work, we'll try the E sound. Okay, so let's sound this one out, please. Fried. Fried. Is that a word?
Yeah.
It is, isn't it? I had fried egg for breakfast. Fried. It is a word. So the I worked for that one. Okay, let's have a look at this one. Now, because this is an alien word, it doesn't really matter which one you say. If you said either of them, it would be correct, because it's a nonsense word. So it could say g-l-ife, or it could say g-l-ife, gleef. So gleif or gleef? Who knows, because we don't speak alien. Okay, here is a long word. Here is a long word. Keep those sounds in your head. Sh, I, k, I, Shrieking. Shrieking, is that a word? No, it does not say shrinking. There's no N before the K. Listen carefully. Shrieking. Shrieking isn't a word. So let's sound it out with the E sound. Shrieking. What does shrieking mean? I hear lots of this on the playground. Let me see if my children, what does it mean? If I hear shrieking on the playground, what does it mean?
If you're a bit scared.
Yes, if you were scared, you might shriek. Or if you're doing kind of a loud, high-pitched scream, I hear lots of shrieking. Okay, so that's quite a hard word to sound out. Lots of sounds in there. Have a look. Shrieking. Quite a tricky one. Okay, here is my next one. Okay, sound it out for me. Fife. Thief isn't a word. Well done, I can hear Aaron saying it. Thief. Thief. The thief stole my car. The thief stole my car. Thief. Thief. Okay, let's have a look at this one. Sound this one out, please. Iled. Filed. Field. 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 The sheep were in the field. Field. So that's quite a common one that you might see this spelling of the E sound in it. Field. Field. Okay. Next one. Dried. I dried myself when I had a bath. Dried. Dried. Okay. Here is another alien word. So it doesn't really matter which one you use because both are correct. There's our alien. I'm. Shime. Shime. Or sheem. We don't know because we don't speak alien. But I'm or sheem. Sheem. Okay. Next one. Here we go. The cow lies down in the field. Lies. 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 And our last one. Flies. The bird flies away. Flies. Excellent. Okay. So remember, the I and the E together sometimes say I, but they sometimes say E. Okay. I and E, that sound. English is a funny old language. So those two letters together can make two different sounds. The I sound and the E sound. Okay. Right. Time for you to write. So get your home learning books if you're at home and your whiteboards if you're in school. And I would like you to write the word dries. Dries. My mum dries my baby after her bath. Dries. Dries. Or Miss Fothers dries her washing on the line. Dries. 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 So remember, we're concentrating on that I-E spelling of the I sound today. So I don't want to see any other spellings. I want to see the I-E spelling of the I sound. Okay, my next word is chief. Chief. Remember, we're concentrating on the I-E spelling of the E sound today. So I don't want to see any other E's. That we know lots of different ways to make the E sound, but this is the one we're using today. So the word is chief. 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 Okay. And our next word is spied. I spied with my little eye. Spied. Remember, we're using this spelling of the I sound. Spied. 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 I spied a ball in the hedge on the field. Means that you had to look really carefully because it was difficult to see, doesn't it? Spied. Okay, and here is the long word that is coming, but we have read a word a little bit like this already. Believed. B-E-E-D. Believed. Believed. Remember, you're using this spelling of the E sound. B-E-E-D. Remember how we write the D sound on the end of a word when it's something that's happened in the past? I believed, it's already happened, so it's not just a D on its own, is Miss Father's top tip. B-E-E-D. Believed. Believed. No, not a double d, never a double d on the end of a word unless you're speaking Welsh. Okay, so here we go then. Let's have a look at our first word. The word was dries. Dries. Miss Futhers dries her washing on the line. Eyes. Put your sound buttons on. Give yourselves a tick if you have got that correct, or just fix your word if you haven't. Eyes. Dries. Okay. And our next word, I am the chief in this game that we play in PE. Now, some of you may have written a double F at the end, but let me remind you why it's not a double F on the end. Quite often we have double F on the end of the word, but only after a short vowel. So if it said I, like sniff, it would need 2 Fs, or just E on its own, but because it's E, it's a long vowel sound, it only needs 1 F. So that is the rule. A double after a short vowel, but after a long vowel, just 1 F. So chief. Okay. I spied with my little eye. Spied. 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 So just make sure you've got all your sound buttons in the correct place. Spied. Okay, and our last long word, believed. Believed. Although if you've put the sound buttons as the long one there on there, that would also be believed. Sometimes the V on its own on the end of a word is never a V, is it? It's always a VE. Okay, fantastic. Let me have a look at my gang, see how you did. You've missed the V sound out of yours, sweetheart. Right, that's not what I've written. So have a look at what I've written, because you can't give yourself a tick if you've not written the correct word. Miss Wilkinson, could you just come and have a look on the carpet with these girls over here who've ticked lots of things that aren't correct? Good girl, well done, Evelyn. Super duper. Okay, so your grown-ups will check at home or in the classroom if you're not in here. And they're quite tricky, those words today, but we are at the end of year 1 and I know you're trying super hard with your phonics, so well done. Okay. Is there enough time now? Are we ready to move on? Can my other grown-ups tell me by putting a thumbs up if you're ready? Miss Sturk's class are ready. Well done, Miss Sturk's class. Well done, the cornflower bubble. You have put a thumbs up, and so has Mrs. Hudson. So the Indigo group must be on it as well today. Well done. Okay, so let's move on then to our reading. Okay, so, oh, I've rubbed some of these words off. So this is a very long sentence. So remember, we need to read it first and then reread it afterwards to make sure it makes sense. Okay, lots of words in this sentence. So let's have a look. Some of them are quite easy to read. So we know that this is a keyword. Okay, all the others, there are some that used to be keywords when you were in reception, but now you know the new sounds, so they're not anymore. So let's have a look. So the first line is easy. The man. We don't even need to sound that out really, but the man, and this is the long word with our new sound in it, and it's making the E sound here. So the man, shrieked. Well done. The man shrieked that the thief was stealing. So let's just read it again. The man shrieked that the thief was stealing his pie. Well done. Excellent reading, my class. Let me just put that a bit closer. So the man shrieked that the thief was stealing his pie. The man shrieked that the thief was stealing his pie. Quite a long sentence. Remember, when we are reading, you need to reread the sentence and say it with some expression to make sure it makes sense in your head, because that is how we get to know exactly what we've read and we can answer questions about what we've read. The man shrieked that the thief was stealing his pie. Okay, so writing now. Your sentence I would like you to write, and don't forget, this is making the E sound today. The shield will protect the chief. The shield, we've been looking at shields in our work on castles. The shield will protect the chief. I nearly said thief then. The shield will protect the chief. Okay, so all those words in that sentence. The shield will protect the chief. 6 words in that sentence. Don't forget your punctuation, which in this sentence is capital letters and full stops. The shield will protect the chief. And we are using the E, this spelling of the E sound today. The shield will protect the chief. The shield will protect the chief. The shield will protect the chief. So I'm just going to turn around and see how my children are doing just now. Let me have a look. I might need to swap my glasses so I can see how we're doing. The shield will protect Pippa. It's protect, not protect. Protect. Shit. Perfect. Excellent. The shield will protect the chief. Oh, nearly. Shield. It's just the D on the end of shield. That was a good try. No, we're doing this spelling of the E sound. So the shield will protect. Very nearly, very nearly. The shield. We're doing this spelling, Lila, of the E sound. Shield. Shield. Okay. Oh my goodness. Miss Fothers is really pushing you to your limits today. Shall we have a look? It is quite a tricky one. Are you ready in the other classes to have a look? The shield will protect the chief. The grown-ups will come around and help you if you've not quite finished. Okay, let's have a look. So, the shield. Shield. And it's not a verb, it's not a doing word, so it's not an E and a D, it's just a D. It's not something that has happened in the past, is it? It's a thing. So, shield. The shield will, I am hoping that you've all got a double L on there because you learnt that in reception. You should know after the I sound, we need a double L. The shield will protect. Lots of sounds in that word. Protect. The shield will protect the chief. Don't forget, you need to have your full stop at the end and your capital letter at the beginning. The shield will protect the chief. So, I am hoping that everybody has got that double L, because we've done lots of work in reception on that and in year one. After the short vowel, you need a double letter. So after the I sound, you need a double consonant. Will. You better all have got that right. I'm going to come and ask your teachers at playtime. The shield will protect the chief. Okay, those were quite tricky words. I will leave them up there. If you haven't got them quite right, just fix what is wrong. Just correct the mistakes that you've made and put your sound buttons in the correct place. The shield will protect the chief. Okay, so look really carefully to make sure that you have got everything the right way. Lila, have a look. You've missed a word out of protect, a sound out of protect. Look how I've spelt it. The shield will protect the chief. Make your corrections. Well done. You've put the shield will protect the chief. The shield will. What it'll. The shield will protect the chief. Oh my word. That was tricky today. We are doing tricky things, but I know that you are getting super good at phonics, so I know that you can do these. Well done. I think you've probably worked very hard today because we had to put our brains up to that really high setting to think about our phonics. So thank you for joining us, and we will see you again tomorrow. Bye.